And tip number, what number am I now? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Tip number 6. Tip number 1, be the expert in your field. Tip number 2, know your market and industry inside out. Tip number 3, assemble a competent team that would help you accomplish your goals and build an awesome company. Tip number 4, network with many founders and investors, even if you are not raising funds from them, just for the sake of knowing them and they knowing you. Tip number 5, prepare your pitch deck and be ready to present your idea to whoever asks you about your venture. Tip number 6, present and pitch your idea to as many investors as possible. The more you pitch, the better you get at your pitching, and the higher the chances are that you get the funding. Tip number 7, don't ask for more capital than you need to achieve your next milestone. Because if you do that, the risk is higher that you will dilute yourself at an early stage. Tip number 8, have a worst, base, and best case scenario of your financial projection and forecast. Always be prepared for the worst case, but always pitch the best case. So be ready and know your numbers very, very well. And the numbers that you need for running your company and the numbers of your industry. Tip number 9, plan at least 6 months for your fundraising process in order not to be in trouble later when you need the money after you get in delays. Because a fundraising process usually takes 6 months on average for like an average process. If you're an awesome company and you have amazing traction, that will be our next tip. Then of course you can get the funding much earlier. But to be conservative, and you should be conservative when you go fundraising, plan at least 6 months for the fundraising process. So tip number 10 would be then get some traction. The more traction you have, the better. What is traction? Traction can be seen as customers, pilot customers, can be also maybe users who are not paying you but using your platform. So you show that there is some relevance that you are producing here. Downloads, it can be also seen as form of interaction. If you have many users who are interacting actively, you see tremendous growth in the interaction, that's always attractive for investors. So show some traction, and then as a final bonus, make sure you're addressing $1 billion market. So your total addressable market should be $1 billion plus in order to make it attractive for venture capital firms. If you're approaching business angels, you can also have a smaller market. That's absolutely fine. If your idea is not, let's say, $1 billion idea, then it's absolutely okay. You can still fundraise and go after business angels. There are always business angels who are willing and sometimes strategically more relevant for smaller markets. So if you want to learn more about fundraising, I have also written a small guidebook. You can see it here in the video, how you can purchase it. I also have more videos if you want to subscribe to my channel and get more information and insights about fundraising, startups, and investors.